All right, so we've got the caliper apart, and we're just going to talk a little bit about just inspection and a couple of things before we reassemble. So again, you saw the caliper is not very complicated. There's not too many parts. You know, a few things, I guess one of the important pieces of it is an inspection of the piston before you reassemble. The piston is the sealing surface. The square cut O-ring seals against this surface here, so this is a really important surface to inspect and have a look at. Not so much the bore of the inside bore of the caliper. That's not even finished finally. It's what we might call a rough machining job. So anyway, we're going to look at the piston to make sure the piston is in good shape as far as that goes. Just be aware too, there's other pistons. This one here is made of aluminum. So again, it's a softer material, so be careful when you're handling these, and especially when you're taking it apart or doing anything with that. Some of them are a composite material like this one. Other ones, again, are like a steel with a chrome finish. Again, you want to make sure this stuff is in good shape. A tiny little bit of pitting on that chrome means it's not going to work. So you got to have a good inspection of that, okay? So just be aware of the different types of pistons. Again, this is the one we're going to deal with here. So it looks like it's pretty good. We could put it back in. Again, I mentioned the bore of the caliper is not that, the machining on it is not that precise or precision, but you still want to have a look at it, make sure it's in good shape inside here. The other thing that's really important to pay attention to is the O-ring groove. So that's the groove right there where the O-ring, the square cut ring, would fit into. And we want to make sure that is clean, there's no corrosion in the bottom of it. You could run an O-ring pick like this around there if you had to, just to make sure there's nothing in there. Again, in this area here too, all the way around the whole thing, because this is where the dust boot is going to sit into. So make sure those are inspected. The caliper kit itself really that we're going to put in this one is it's just two components in this kit. Go ahead and tear this one open and show you what we're talking about. All we have really is a new dust boot and a new quad ring. Those are the two items, okay? Something else I'll mention at this time when we're going to put this together is lubrication. When we're going to put it back together, we want to make sure we assemble it with something for lubrication. Makes it going back together a lot easier. You can use clean brake fluid, but if you happen to have some product like this is a product that's meant to be acceptable with hydraulic and compatible with hydraulic brake systems. I find this works really good. It's like a grease, but it's compatible with the system. So either clean brake fluid or some product such as this is compatible with your brake system.